Okay. So this is our server where our OBIEE has been installed. Okay, just keep yourself on mute. In case of any questions, you can ask me. Yeah. So this is our server where OBIEE is installed. Okay. As of now, none of the services are running. And first, we will see as soon as OBIEE is installed, there are two services. Like I told, 10G will have 5 services. 11G will have 2 services in services window. Okay. So those are, you can type services.msc to open all the Windows services. Okay. So once you open this and just type O, so this will take your Oracle. So here you can see that there are 2 services which are created. One is Oracle WebLogic Node Manager. One more is Oracle Process Manager, OPMN. Okay. OPMN is down and your Oracle WebLogic Node Manager is up and running. Okay. Now what you can do? You can start your BI services. Okay. So how do you start your BI services? Once your OBIEE is installed, under all programs in your Windows screen, you have Oracle Business Intelligence present, right? So click on all programs. So you have your Oracle Business Intelligence here. Okay, this is your Oracle OBIEE11g Home is your database. Your Oracle Business Intelligence is your OBIEE11g application. Under OBIEE11g you have multiple options. One is BI administration, which is a tool to open your RPD. Catalog Manager, which is used to open your web catalog. You can uninstall it. There is something called Job Manager, and you have 2 services called Start BI services and Stop BI services. When you do Start BI services, all the OBIEE related services will be started. Okay, just click on Start BI services. Now I clicked on it. So it takes 3 to 4 minutes because even if you have so much RAM, also it is like that only. It takes some time to start up all the components. So we will wait for that. Meanwhile, I will show you where are all the log files and the RPD is present and what is the RPD that is being used to make metadata. Okay. Now let me open my administration tool. Okay. So just click on your BI administration. So this opens Oracle BI administration tool. So once you click on this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 options here. This is for entirely creating a new RPD. So from next session we will see how to start from here. We'll start with a new RPD, import the tables, objects from your data warehouse, create all the metadata by yourself. Now I will open an existing RPD. Let me take this RPD. This will be used now. Okay. Now this is called your repository. Once you click on your data source ORCL, you can see these are called connectionables. I will show you. I will tell you. This is next session. Just I want to show you the tables. So these are all the tables that you will be importing from your data warehouse and you will be making joins. When I just click on this table, physical diagram, objects and direct joins, you can see that how this table is being used by multiple tables. Multiple fact tables are being referencing this dimension table. This is called your RPD. You define all your joins here. All your tables will be imported here. All your logics will be implemented here for your OBIEE server. You will not write any SQL query. You will not write any join specification like left outer join or right outer join. You will bring it here. You will make the join condition. You will give it in join expression. So here, so if you want to this join criteria, you can see that calendar YYMMDD column is being joined to fact historical period key column. Okay. So this is how you define your join condition, and you can see by default your join is inner join. If you want to define it as left outer or right outer, you can still do it, and that is done in your business model and mapping layer. Okay. You can go to product. There is something called multiple logical table sources concept. Here when you see, you can take your joins as left outer, right outer or full outer. Even outer joins are supported in your OBIEE. So all this we will slowly learn. Daily we will learn one chapter. So you will start from what is a data source, what is a connection pool, then what is a table, how to bring the table in your RPD. So we will open a blank sheet, start from the beginning. But just keep in mind that this is something called RPD where you define your metadata. So you tell that OBIEE produces reports. How should it produce reports? Obviously it has to develop reports on top of your data warehouse. So how your data warehouse and your OBIEE are connected? Through your RPD. All your data warehouse table definitions, joins, everything is defined in your RPD. So you see this, right? ABC underscore WK underscore BA0045 dot RPD. Okay. So the dot RPD extension says that this is an RPD file. Okay. So all you define it here, and you tell your OBIEE server to follow these rules while getting data from those tables. So when you make an analysis, all your joins have you define, everything will be taken care by your Oracle BA server. It writes a query for itself. Okay. So we'll see that how to develop all this. So in coming sessions, slowly it comes up. No need to take everything now. Okay. Now where this RPD file is present. Okay. Now go to your middleware where you installed your OBIEE. Okay, so open computer. So I installed it in E drive. So you can give any name to this folder. I gave myself as middleware because always we will keep referring as Fusion middleware control. So just to keep it, you can give your project specific name, like if suppose if you are working for Amazon BA or Amazon, anything. Like that you can give anything, and here you have a lot of subfolders. There is something called instances. In instances you have something called instances one. So anything related to your system components, all the 5 system components, you have to open this folder. Anything related to server, presentation, cluster controller, Java host or scheduler, open always instances folder, because all the system component related information is present in this instances folder. Okay, anything. Instances 1, and go to BI Foundation. This is your default domain. BI Foundation, BI server component, because your server will be referring your RPD file. You have something called a repository here. There are a lot of folders. Each folder has importance. You can see cache will store cache as .tbl files. Okay, this is all your cache. Cache will come in some 14th or 15th exercise. You need not to worry now. As of now, just see your RPD where it is present. BI Foundation, core application repository. So you can see that all your RPD files, different versions of your RPD files. So what is the difference between offline mode and online mode? I will explain you later. But as of now, keep in mind that your RPD is present under this location. Your installed folder instance. This is called instances home. Okay. Your instances home, BI foundation, BI server component, core application repository. This is the place where you store. This is the default path where all your RPDs are stored. Okay. Now, similar way, let us look at your catalog. So your Oracle BI, your catalog is present in your Oracle BI presentation services component. Okay. Your presentation services takes care of your web catalog, displays all the reports results for you. Okay. So there is something called catalog. If you open this catalog, you have sample applet, which is the web catalog which is currently used. Okay. This will have different folders called root. Under root you have shared system and users. Under shared you will have all the different types of reports, dashboards that are being stored under this part. Open WebLogic. This has different things like Western region analysis is the dashboard that I created under this WebLogic folder. So we'll see what is the. So just don't get confused. Keep in mind RPD is used by Oracle BI server to make the queries. First point. Second one, presentation services uses web catalog, which is a normal Windows folder, which is used to store all your reports and dashboards. And your presentation services can only show reports and dashboards. It cannot write any query. So that query job and accessing RPD and all, everything is taken by your Oracle BI server. So your BI server job is to get the information whatever your Oracle BI presentation services has requested. If your BI presentation services requests a particular information or a particular analysis, your BI server writes a query for it, get the data from data warehouse, stores in the cache, gives it back to your presentation services, and your presentation services will show the reports for your user. Okay. So your presentation services will just act as a call center agent. Okay. So the real job will be done by your technician. So the technicians are called your Oracle BI server. Okay. And user is yours. So whatever you want, you will request it to your BI presentation server. BI presentation server will route the request to your BI server. Your BI server does the actual job in getting the data from concerned department or concerned data warehouse. Like that. Okay. Now, I told you there is something called console. So let me open console. Once you install OBIEE, you should be comfortable with 3 URLs. One URL is for console, one URL is for enterprise manager, one more is for application. So let me open the first URL, which is called console, where all your admin server, manager server and security is being configured. Okay. So here. So you see something called host name. Data BI01-PC is my computer name. Column 7001 is port, that is by default. So when you click on console, this opens a console for you. So my username password, while installing itself I gave WebLogic and password as welcome one. So provide the same thing here. So where does this come? I showed you, right? Let me open the PPT so that you will understand it better. Let me open the architecture diagram. Now I told admin console is the thing what you open now. Your admin console will have your admin server, your manager server also. Right? This is the admin console what you open. Your enterprise manager also will open. So this is the admin console. When you click on environment servers, so you can see that there are 2 servers, which is your admin server and this BI server 1 is called your manager server. If this BI server 1 is down, your system component BI server is there, right? That will not get started up. That will fail. So your manager server will manage all your system components, okay, as well as your security configuration and everything, which will allow access to your application. Okay. So this is, see, console has very less role to play. You need not to worry much about console and enterprise manager because you are not OBIEE admins. You are developers. Okay. So when you say development, you just should have a basic idea where all the servers are present, how the services are started and stopped. Then slowly you can learn in depth, because if you teach administration, this will not complete in 40-50 hours. Administration itself will take 30-40 hours. So administration is completely different part. Just keep in mind that there is something called admin and BI server. Okay. And you have something called enterprise manager. So for that also you have an URL. You can see the data BI-PC :7001/em. So /em refers enterprise manager. So your enterprise manager will contain all the system components. So just click on business intelligence. There is something called core application. Okay. So you have something called availability. So the so-called your services, presentation services, BI server, scheduler, cluster controller, Java host. Don't worry about SBase agents. This is not for us. So while installing application, I selected SBase also. That's why SBase also came in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Your presentation services, BI server, scheduler, cluster controller, Java host is present. Each and every component has some use. Your presentation service, if it is down, you cannot log into your application. So your application, there is one more application URL. So that is your port number :9704. This is /analytics is there, right? This is your application URL. Log into the application using your WebLogic welcome one. So you will be able to log into the application. This is your OBIEE main screen, which user can see. He will not care whether EM is opening, he will not care whether console is opening. None of the users will ask you for this. They will mostly be worried about your reports and dashboards. When you click on dashboards, go to any of the dashboards, suppose say shared mobile. Okay, this does not have another. Go to our dashboard. There is something called my dashboard, right? This is my personal dashboard. So go here. You will have report store like Western region analysis, okay, customer West region, sales fulfillment, test. So this is called a report. This is your graph. Okay. So this graph is appearing right now for you. This blue color, green color, everything is seen. Why you are seeing this? Because your Java host is up and running. If I bring down your Java host, so, and one more thing, you can see that for all the components in bulk, you can start, stop and restart. And even see when I click on this cursor, everything is in normal. This is in dark, a little bit dark color. That means I selected this record. You can start, stop and restart a selected component also. Okay. If I stop Java host, here I'll not get this image. You see Western region sales 1998, right? you see that according to my selection, each state ID, NM and all, my values are getting changed here, right? So if your Java host is down, you will not be able to see this. Okay, and if your presentation services is down, you will not able to log into your application itself. This 9704/analytics will throw 500 internal server. Let me bring this down. You can see I have stop selected, right? Let me click stop. It will ask, are you want to stop the selected BA component? I will tell yes. So now just close this, sign out of this window. You see this? You see error 500 internal server error. That means you cannot even see any screen for your application because your presentation server is been down. Okay. So this start selected successfully. Just type this same URL, give enter. You see BIEM style. The server encountered an unexpected condition which prevented it from fulfilling the request. So if one of the system component is down, I told you all your system components will completely manage your application. Now bring this up. So start completed successfully. Now run the same URL. We should be able to see the screen. Now you are able to see the screen? Yes. Now if I stop my BI server, right, you cannot do anything. Even if you can still see the screen, you will not be able to log in also. WebLogic welcome one, when you type, it will not take you into application. It will say unknown error or something. It will show that error message. If you want to say, I can bring it down, but that is what happens. You cannot even log into your application. Now I can log in because my BI server is up and running. And what does scheduler do? Scheduler job is to that's fine, Smita. You can collect it from someone, okay? Otherwise, even I will provide it. Okay. So when your scheduler is down, what happens? It will not disturb many parts, but it has something called agents. So what does this agent do? This agent will run. This has a lot of importance, agents, but I will slow it down. But just as of now, keep in mind that agent will send out an email to users with your reports and your dashboard content as an attachment. Okay, this is the part how your OBIEE helps like for users, where it sends the content as emails and all. Okay, directly to their mailbox, so they need not to even log into application also. On daily basis, OBIEE itself will keep sending emails to them. Okay, so this is how your scheduler. And cluster controller will be very, very helpful, because any 11G will start with your cluster controllers order. So if you have multiple OBIEE installations present on different servers, right, what happens? Your cluster controller will route your request to different servers, not only one server. Okay. So as of now, we have only one server. We didn't do any scale out or anything. So only one component is down. If this cluster component is down, your application will be down. Okay. So like this, Java host, cluster, scheduler, BI server, presentation services. Mostly keep an idea on this. This is enough for us. Okay. And there is something I told you, I will tell you about deployment tab. So this is deployment tab. Under repository, you have which repository is being used by your application. If you want to publish a new repository, lock and edit configuration, you can provide your repository details. You can browse it here. You can pull any dot with any .rpd extension. That file will act as an RPD. That file along with the password for the repository. and when you activate changes, it will get activated. As of now, I don't want to make any changes, so release configuration. So you can see there is one Oracle BIEE presentation catalog which is called a web catalog, and you can see that the path is Oracle instance BIEE foundation. So $Oracle instance is your middleware Oracle instance. This is your Oracle instance folder. From there, go to BIEE foundation. From here, go to BIEE foundation, presentation services, core application, catalog. So that is what I meant to say. Component, catalog, sample applet. So this web catalog is being referred. Okay. So this is how we work. So once you store all this, suppose say you have something called, suppose say let me show you an object. I saved under shared folders WebLogic, what I saved. I have something called product sales, which is a report, right? So let me show you here. Sample applied, root, shared, WebLogic. You see something called product sales, right? So product plus sales. This is the analysis that I saved under WebLogic folder. And you see something called product type. You can see that here, product type. And you see something called shortcut to rank sales by state. You can see the shortcut to rank sales by state. And customer vestige in 99. You can see that customer vestige in 99. So whatever is stored, by default .atr file will be created. You will not be creating it. By default, application itself will create one more .atr file for a particular object. Okay. So this is the place how your whatever is being created in our application, your web catalog stores. Whatever is there in RPD, your BIEE server uses to make your query. Okay. So this is just a basic idea about your OBIEE11g architecture, how it is been installed. Okay. How different components are used in controlling your application. What is a console, what is an enterprise manager, and what do they store. So this is just a brief idea. If you have any questions, you can ask me. We have another 7 to 8 minutes. You can ask me.
Janitya?
Yeah.
We have the Java thing, right? Java